Hello YouTube, Tim back with you again, and today I'd like to talk to you about food. After 30 years of backpacking, camping, got a pretty good system that I like. I know what I like, I know what I don't like. But anyway, I'd like to show you some of those things, so stick with me and check it out. Well, of course, the first thing we have to look at, for me, in the morning, is breakfast. So I've showed you, I take my coffee sachets from Nescafe, 3-in-1, cream and sugar, all combined. You just put that in your cup with hot water and you're good to go for nice coffees in the morning. Gotta have coffee in the morning. During the day, what I do is I use Crystal Light. You buy these little drink packets. One of these will fit on a regular small water bottle, and pour it in, shake it up a little bit, you're good to go. My favorite is peach tea. I really like it. It's good stuff. One thing I do in the mornings is, for sure, always, is instant oatmeal. And I'll eat at least 2 of these packs in the morning. And I like the maple and brown sugar. It's really good. That's my breakfast pretty much every day. And as an addition to that, I use Belvita little cookies that come in these little small packs, and they're really good. My neighbor gave me a bunch of these when I got out of the hospital, and I got addicted to them. They have like 4 or 5 different flavors of them: blueberry, apple, lots of different ones, coconut. They're good little snack cookies. Knock off a pack of these after your oatmeal, and it's a good start to your day. Now during the day, 2 things I always carry that get me through the day. One is beef jerky. I eat a lot of beef jerky. It's good stuff, it's easy, it's lightweight to carry, and it's pretty inexpensive. Another thing I carry with me all the time is food bars. Crunchy peanut butter, oats and honey, Nature Valley bars. They're really good to munch on during the day, and along with the jerky and cookies and everything else that I carry with me, pretty much get through the day without making a big lunch or even hardly a lunch at all. Pretty much just snack during the day. And sometimes I'll take a small thing of peanut butter, and that comes in pretty handy as well. I've tried a lot of the, I'm a big Mountain House fan. I've tried almost every one of their freeze-dried breakfasts. This is just scrambled eggs. I've tried the scrambled eggs and bacon. I've tried the morning skillet, and honestly, I don't like any of them. To me, the eggs always kind of have the consistency of styrofoam, and I pretty much don't like it. So I do my own breakfast with my instant oatmeal and my coffee, and that pretty much gets me going through the mornings up until I start snacking throughout the day before dinner at night. One thing I carry, a lot of people say, well, instant oatmeal is kind of bland, and that's true. A lot of people, when they're at home and they make oatmeal, they put butter in it, they put sugar in it. Well, I do the same, but I use what's called butter buds. And it's basically a powder that you sprinkle into your instant oatmeal or anything that you really want butter in or on, and it comes in really handy. You can get this stuff at Walmart. It's pretty cheap. It's about $3.50, $4 a container, and you get a lot in this container. This would probably be, for me backpacking, this would probably be close to a year's worth. And I've got bottles and bottles of this stuff. But butter buds used to be sold in little packets, and you'd sprinkle it on, and I used to take those back in the 80s and early 90s when I used to backpack a lot. But anyway, some of the other things I do is I take just regular household foods that you can add to your backpack really easy. I mean, here I've got a country gravy mix. You just mix with water. So you can come up with a recipe where you can use that. And I have ready rice from Uncle Ben's. Normally you cook this in 90 seconds in a microwave and it's ready to go. What I do is I'll empty it out of the pack, put it in a pan, and I'll heat it up on my stove, and that gives me a hearty side dish. Or I can actually just make a meal out of this by putting a can of chicken meat in this pack, put it all in stir it up and put it all in my pan, and heat it up. A little salt, a little pepper. That's a good, it's a good dinner. It's a good meal. Other things you can take, if you know how to use your cook pot, your bush pot, as a oven, you can take things like Bisquick. Now with Bisquick you can either make biscuits or you can even make dumplings out of it really easily. And it takes, you know, about a half a cup of water with this entire package of Bisquick to make biscuits or anything else. So I'll take that. It's a little bit easier to make than Bannock, although I love Bannock. But I generally make Bannock at home. But anyway, out in the bush, Bisquick works really well. Some of the other stuff, if you like rice, which I do, I buy these success bags of rice. And one of these, you boil it for about 8 or 10 minutes in your stove. And that's 2 actually. But they come in really easy to prepare. Makes a good amount of rice. Once again, it's a good supplement to a meal. You can add chicken to this. You can add beef jerky to this, and it would be good. Just soften it up a little bit. One thing I carry, because I don't take bread, is I will take soft flour tortillas. Tortillas are good. They're good in the mornings. They're, you know, good throughout the day as to snack on, and they're good as, you know, in addition to your dinner at night, since I'm not carrying a loaf of bread. But tortillas are easy to carry, and I'll set out a few for each day before I leave to go backpacking, and that way I've always got a couple of tortillas each day to eat along with my meals. One of the main things I use is Mountain House, like I said. This is lasagna with meat, and to me this is really one of the best Mountain House meals that they make, is their lasagna. I absolutely love this stuff. I've actually prepared this before, put it in a casserole dish and fed it to friends, and did not tell them it came out of a freeze-dried can. And they really enjoyed it, and then I eventually pulled the can out and said, this is what you're eating. Now this is 10 servings in a can. It's called a number 10 can. But this is 10 servings. What I do is I double the servings. I'll take 2 cups for each dinner that I'm going to eat, and then it's 3/4 of water, a cup of water for a cup of this, and I will double that up. I double the water up, and I double this up, and I put it in baggies so I can have a double portion of the meal. And that, for me, gives me a lot of good calories, because generally I'm not sitting around doing nothing when I'm out backpacking. One of my other favorites is their chicken stew. And I always describe this to people as, it's the inside of a chicken pot pie without the pot pie around it. It's really good, and once again I do the same thing. 3/4 of a cup of water to a cup of product, and I double it, and I do 2. So I'll take 2 cups of product, and then I double the water, and it makes a good dinner. And it's lightweight. The last one I love is the chili mac with beef. It is really, really good. I've tasted other foods. I've tasted Wise, Backpacker's Pantry, Alpenair. I've done a lot of them. And the one I don't like the most is Wise, because a lot of times if you look at the ingredients on a Wise product, it'll claim that it's a meat product, but if you actually look at the ingredients, you'll find that generally it's protein mix. It's not really meat in there, and I don't care for that at all. So I always stick with Mountain House, and I always get mine through a company called Emergency Essentials. Fantastic company, and I mean they make, and I've got tons of it, they make freeze-dried and dehydrated, you know, pineapple, banana chips, a lot of things you can put in baggies and take with you to help supplement your munchies during the day. I'm really addicted to the banana chips. Those are fantastic. But anyway, that's how I get through it. That's how I get by with my meals every day. And like I said, you know, I'm always carrying food bars and other things like that, and anything else I decide I want to pick up at the grocery store before I go backpacking. But anyway, that's how I get it done, and thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the views and the subscribers, and I'll be back with some more backpacking tips soon, and hopefully get out and do some bushcrafting. We actually had a couple of good sunny days this week, so it's warming up. Things are starting to dry out after 2.5, almost 3 months of rain and fog and drizzle. So it's getting nice outside. So I'll be outside doing some videos here out in the woods pretty soon. But until then, you guys take care, and I'll catch you soon.